beautiful people, my name is Missy J and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's YouTube video, I am going to be giving you guys everything you need to know to grow your hair to waist length in 2024. Although I do not have waist length hair, I'm still trying to get there. I want you to have waist length hair and I want you to feed off of my information and what I have for you today. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it and make sure to subscribe down below so that you can be notified whenever I post a YouTube video. So I have a lot of tips written down on my laptop right here, and make sure to stick along for the ride because the last one is the most important one, and that is the thing that will literally skyrocket your hair growth. Your hair will continue growing forever, even though our hair already goes forever. So the first tip I have for you today is understanding your hair type. The first step to achieving healthy long hair, don't forget the healthy long hair, is knowing the kind of hair you have. These are the pictures of 4C right here, and your 4C hair can be three types. It can be high porosity, low porosity, and medium porosity. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys what porosity means if you don't already know the meaning of porosity. Porosity is just like a sponge. Like, let's just say your hair is a sponge, right? And this is your hair, a sponge, and you soak that sponge in water. The way or the amount of the capacity that sponge can absorb that water is somehow what porosity means. Porosity is simply the way or how quick your hair can absorb water. That's just the main thing, not just water, liquid, or anything liquid that goes onto your hair. As I said before, you have low porosity hair, medium porosity hair, and high porosity hair. If you have low porosity curls, then these cuticles are packed together very tightly. It's just like you're not free. You're like this. You don't want water to go in, but water will still go in, but it won't go to the amount your hair needs. It will just restrict your hair from water or liquid or whatever thing you have you're gonna put on your hair. While low porosity hair can be a little tricky, it naturally repels water, oil, and products, so you have to work extra hard to get those products to penetrate the hair shaft. This is your hair, this is water. You dip your hair in water and you try to see where your hair goes to. However, when you finally do get products into low porosity hair, they aren't going anywhere, they're just gonna stay there. The tightly packed cuticles will help to seal everything in, which means that kind of hair actually, it's kind of the best but still not the best. It has its pros and it has its cons. Something that it's actually about low porosity hair is it is so hard to get the products to go into your hair shaft, but for that products to stay and work, it's so good. That's one thing about low porosity hair. Now moving on to medium porosity hair, it is simply curly girls with medium porosity hair it is easy to penetrate with water and products. This means it's the best. Medium porosity is kind of the best type of hair, but also not the best. I'm gonna get to that later. Your cuticle layer is slightly open, which allows your curls to retain moisture pretty well, resulting in sleek and manageable kinks, curls, or waves. This is very, very good if you have that kind of hair, but if you don't, that's fine. We have high porosity hair. Of all the other hair types, high porosity hair soaks up moisture and products the quickest. However, it loses everything it drinks up just as easily as it takes it in. That's one thing about high porosity hair. High porosity hair has several gaps in the cuticles, which are likely due to damage from different stressors like heat, styling, and overuse of chemicals and dyes. So unfortunately, all of the work you do to get moisture into your hair shaft will quickly be undone, resulting in curls that will dry and damage. Now, this is something that we can treat, you can work on, you can train your hair to actually absorb those products and actually kind of make the longevity of the moisture and nutrient you gain in that product actually stay in your hair for a longer period of time than it would normally would. Now, how to tell your hair's porosity. This is just a simple thing. It's called the float test. All you do is need to grab a clear glass, fill it with water, and place it on your bathroom counter. Then pluck a strand of your hair, drop it in the glass, and watch what happens. If it sinks all the way to the bottom, you got high porosity hair. If the strand only drops to the middle of the glass, you got medium porosity hair. If it floats to the top, then you've got a head full of low porosity curls. Now that we have spoken on what kind of porosity hair you have, or what type of porosity hair you have, let's move on to tip number 2, establishing a consistent moisture routine. I'm going to be looking down to my laptop a lot because that's where I'm reading my tips from. Moisture, moisture, moisture. 4C hair thrives when it's well hydrated, okay? Create a consistent moisture routine using, this is called there's 2 types of moisturizing routine. We have the LCO and the LOC. The LOC is simply the liquid oil cream, while the LCO is the liquid cream oil. This is simply applying your liquid, which is your water or hair mist or hairspray, and then you apply your cream. That's for the LCO. And then after applying your cream, you can apply your oil. This can be any hair growth oil, any hair rejuvenating oil. I have a video on how I make my hair growth oil. It's going to be one of the parts here. Click on that video, and if you want to know how to make a hair growth oil. And these things can be a game changer because they just lock in that moisture. It just locks in the moisture, you guys. It just locks in the moisture. Now the third tip is something we all get mixed up. Something we all do, most of us. Something we think works, but it's not working. Something we do, but we're not doing it right. And this is called protective styling. You think you're protecting your hair by putting in cornrows, putting in mini twists, mini braids, knotless braids, bohemian braids, box braids, so many protective styles. Yes, you are, if you are doing it right. There are 2 things that can go on when you're doing a protective styling. Number 1, it's protecting your hair. Number 2, it is not protecting your hair. These are the 2 things that we all do. I have done. I am guilty. We think it's protecting our hair and it's growing our hair, but it's not. Protective styling is not just a trend. It is a fantastic way to retain length. And once you are retaining length, you are growing your hair. Because our hair grows, we just have to know how to retain it. That is something protective styles come in and do and help you do, because you don't have to manipulate your hair every single day. You just have to keep it in a protective style, manage it, moisturize it, and then take it down while also still protecting it. So this is something that I cannot go deep in this video, but make sure to comment down below if you want me to post that video soon on how to really use protective styling as a way to grow your hair. So make sure to comment down below if you guys want me to make a video on that. If you don't, that's fine. Comment down below where you're from, and yeah, I'll reply to all my comments. I love all my comments. I reply to everyone in the comment section, and yeah. So regular scalp massages. Massaging your scalp is not just therapeutic. It's not just something you can do, it's something that helps your hair grow. Now, how does this help your hair grow? It distributes blood circulation. It helps open your blood circulation, and as you're slowly massaging your head, you feel the blood flowing more, and once the blood flows more, your hair grows more, which results in hair growth. Everything I'm saying in this video is going to result you in hair growth. This is proven, this is facts, okay? Facts. The way to actually effectively use the method of scalp massaging is by adding your favorite hair oil. This is something that's going to be very good because you're making it beneficial in two ways. You're using your hair oil and you're massaging your scalp. As you're massaging your scalp, your cuticles open and they absorb that hair oil. And you can do this while also doing a hot oil treatment. In another video, we'll talk about that. There's so much to talk about, especially on the matter of hair growth. So as you are massaging your scalp with that hair oil, you're improving your blood circulation and everything's gonna get all in there. Your hair is gonna be like, thanks so much for every food. We love you. We will grow for you. We will not let you down. So the fifth tip you're gonna go into is gentle detangling. Girl, if you use combs and you be like, and you go from the roots and you're like, no, that's not how you detangle your hair. Let's say this is your hair. This is how long your hair is. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get your brush or your comb, go through, or you can use your fingers. Your fingers are also a good way to detangle your hair. You can just go through from the tips. As you can see, it's going in smoothly. Then you can continue going in, go higher, and as you go higher, you might encounter some knots, and you're just gonna keep on going, and then you can try and go from the top. If it doesn't go through, go in and go in that section again, and it's going to go through. Gentle detangling is beneficial and very healthy and very advisable to gently detangle your hair, because as you are gently detangling your hair, you're causing less breakage, okay? Less breakage, and that is the best thing to grow your hair. Retaining the length is what makes your hair look like it's growing. Not retaining the length is what makes your hair look like it's not growing. It's trimming your ends regularly. And when I mean regularly, I mean once every 2 years. Put ends, but it's not every time you cut them off. If you continue going every single 3 to 4 months, you're not gonna see growth, you guys. You're not gonna notice that your hair is still growing. You're just gonna be like, oh, where did that hair all go? To the trash, to the garbage, however you destroy your hair. That is where the length is growing. Because once you cut your hair, you're like reducing the length and you're not gonna see results because you're regularly trimming your hair. I go every once a year or twice a year. The beginning of the year and the ending of the year, you're gonna see growth because you're not trimming your hair ever so often. You're trimming your hair when it's needed, and once you want to trim your hair, get it professionally trimmed and use a hair trimming scissors, not regular scissors. That's different. A balanced diet and hydration. It's not all about protein treatments, hair oils, hair masks, heat. You actually need to eat the right and proper food. You need to have a good diet plan, and yeah, sometimes when we lack certain vitamins, it affects our hair, it affects our scalp, it affects your health in general. And once it automatically affects your health, it goes to your hair, and your hair is not going to grow. So please make sure that you are eating a balanced diet. Make sure to eat your vitamins, your minerals, those vegetables, rice, everything is gonna help you. And make sure to stay hydrated. Drink at least a cup of water. No, 8 cups of water every day. I think that's it. I'm not really sure. Low manipulation hairstyles. This is something that we don't usually understand because we don't do it as often. But I'm pretty sure we have all seen that trend of mini twists, mini braids, whatever they do these days. I don't know. Make sure to try and low manipulate your hair. If you think protective styling isn't your thing and it hasn't been your thing right from the beginning, try your best to implement low manipulated styling. Not styling your hair every single day. That is where something protective styling comes in. Once you protect your hair, you're not gonna have to style it every single day, every single morning before you go to work, because your hair is already protected and you can just do an updo or do a hairstyle. I have a video on 20+ different hairstyles you can do with your braids, link in the description box below. This is something that I don't want to elaborate too much on because it's something they probably all know. So avoiding heat damage, silk pressing your hair. I know it's silk press season. It does not mean you will go and be damaging your hair. It does not mean that. It means you will silk press your hair and protect your hair afterwards. I have never ever gotten a silk press before. Not that I'm against it, I'm just not ready for a silk press. And try getting your hair, if you're gonna apply heat to your hair, try getting it professionally done. Although there are some professionals that are not really professional. They are not professional. They just say they're professional because they work in a salon and because they have a certificate. But not all hairstylists are professional, and not all hairstylists will love your hair the way you do. This is something that we all take out of our minds, okay? As I told you in the beginning, this is gonna be the most important tip, you guys. Patience and positivity. If you think you watch all those videos, grow your hair in 1 week, grow your hair in 1 week, and you see the results, and you think if you do it, it's gonna work for you. No, it will not work. You can go ahead and do it, but don't expect results that same day. Don't expect results that same week. Don't expect results that same month. Expect results in a long period, because your hair grows at least 1.5 inches every month. That's it, and that's the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That is the truth. And if you cannot handle the truth, then you should not try to do this, because if you don't handle the truth and wait for the results, you're not gonna see it because you were practically lied to. That's it. Patience and positivity. You have to be patient in order for you to see growth. You have to know that, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what it's gonna take my time. I have to wait. And we're not gonna see growth immediately. It's in a long-term period, 3 to 4 years. Some natural women go here for 4 years and they reached waistline hair. And if you think that because you see Brittany Rose, you see Beautiful Style, you see Benson, Rana, whatever her name is, they having waistline hair. They didn't have waistline hair beginning of this year. Maybe they did, they waited. And I'm pretty sure I have elaborated way too much on that topic. Share your tips in the comment down below, and let's support each other and let's grow each other's hair. Until next time, stay beautiful.